Hi, this is Stabby Ronnie here again. Just wanted to show you a few more particulars on my Glock 22 40 cal. This is a full-sized pistol, but I have fairly big hands, so I bought the Hogue hand-all grip. It makes the stippling and checkering on the grip a little better. Also gives it a bit of a palm swell, not too much. If you have small hands, you might want to avoid it, but if you have fairly big hands, you'll probably enjoy this. Instead of the XTI Procyon flashlight, I have the Glock light on here. I have a Mako or Fab Defense scope mount. Now, I don't carry this on here all the time, of course. It's just for collection purposes and possible race gun applications, and that's what it's basically used for. The sight is a sight mark mini dot. Can't get the dot in there for nothing. Too solid of a backdrop. Let's see if we can get it on here. Yeah, you see it. And that is the dot. It's a nice crisp dot. A little harder to see through a viewfinder, but it's a nice crisp dot. And it is very visible in all conditions because it has a sensor right here. That little hole right under the glass, that is the that's the light sensor. It will get brighter in brighter situations. One thing that I'd like to show is the scope mount. When I purchased this scope mount, some guy on Cheaper Than Dirt had written a review which almost kept me from buying it, saying that the ejection port was blocked by the scope mount. Well, that may be the case, but not when firing. Hold on one second, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, as you can see, this ejection port is well clear of that post right there. The cartridge, the spent cartridge, is going to clear it by a mile, and it will only come back. It will never go forward when you shoot, unless you have some type of catastrophic failure, in which case the scope mount would not be the problem. One thing I would like to point out: if you do have the barrel conversions, which I've already cleared this weapon, but if you do have the barrel conversions, you're going to need to do one other thing. I have modified this scope mount. This is a completely field strip lower, well, AR talk. The receiver stripped. Still got the scope mount on it. It's very lightweight, I might add. It's unreal how light this thing is. But if you look down in these channels, right here and right here, where my fingers are, right there and right there, they came down a little further than that. Well, the problem is it wouldn't clear the rear sights, even with the lower profile TFOs. So what you had to do is either Dremel or file those two channels right there. That's right in the middle of the screen. Those two channels, you just have to file them a little bit, not a lot, just enough to make it clear. And now you can field strip it for cleaning, or you may change out your conversion barrels. I do have a conversion barrel for 9mm, and I also have a Glock 35 extended barrel, which, you know, it's supposed to be a match grade barrel from Lone Wolf Distributors, so I can possibly turn this into a race gun. And both of them are supposedly match grade with higher tolerances than your stock Glock barrel. Now that's what it looks like with the silver and polished barrel in it. It's pretty. When I received it, it had a little duller shine, but I used the Dremel polishing wheel and went to town on it. Now, as you can see, with one hand, I can pretty much reassemble that weapon, as long as I don't pinch it in my sheets. See, now it's back together, and it's got a 9mm barrel in it now. This thing shoots flawlessly. I've tried it more than once. It is exceptional. High quality. Lone Wolf Distributors makes great barrels. I already have the 9mm conversion high capacity Glock magazine, and now you can shoot 33 9mm rounds at someone or something. Not trying to get any war started, of course, but that's the beauty of this Glock mount. It's really lightweight. doesn't interfere with functionality. If you take those two channels down, you can field strip, even trade out your barrel, what have you. Just a really exceptional system. You're not going to find a holster for this, but you could probably get creative if this is absolutely how you wanted to carry it. But you know, just do research before you listen to some people. You know, don't even listen to me. You know, go do research and form your own opinions.